Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Adam, this is Friday Sews and this is my channel Adam Sews. So there's been a couple of things happening this week. I've been doing some shopping online, I've been doing some shopping in person. I've picked the winners for my competition because after a very short period of time, I've actually managed to hit 1,000 subscribers. So I would just like to give everyone a huge thank you for supporting my channel. It really means a lot to me. I didn't expect to ever get anywhere near that amount of subscribers. I didn't even expect to get about 20. So the fact that I've got over 1,000 now is incredible. I just also want to say a big shout out to Liz from The Baker That Sews. She mentioned me in her Sunday Sews catch-up that she does. And if you haven't checked out her channel, I will pop a link in the cards above. Might be that side, I think. And go and check her channel out. She's really lovely. Funnily enough, I think she lives pretty much around the corner from where I used to live before I moved sort of more south down into the Hampshire area of England. Yeah, I think she lives where I lived before I moved here. But anyway, I digress. I will link Liz's channel up in the cards above. Go and check her out. She makes some beautiful things. She's at the moment she's working on this patchwork. She's making patchwork fabric to make a patchwork coat, well, sort of jacket from. And I believe she's using the Rainbow Fish children's book as inspiration for it, and using all sorts of different sort of sequin fabrics and metallics and stuff mixed in with the way that she's doing the patchwork in order to get the sort of reflection of the scales that's on the rainbow fish. So go and check, I'll link that video so you can go and check that out. It's really cool what she's doing. It looks like it's going to take her hours to do all the quilting, but it will definitely be worth it afterwards. So I have a very clingy Luna today. So this week I've been on a bit of a sort of hunting spree for different things. So I managed to find a haberdashery that's about 25 miles away from me, but it only works out to be about half an hour because everything's about 25 miles away from me where I live. And I managed to find a stockist of the Orifil 1,300 metre threads, which is really handy, and they're not the cheapest of threads, I will say, but the finish on the cotton that they are made up from is beautiful. It is great for quilting, it's great for general sewing as well. So I've now got a couple of these, and I made a quilt which I'll show you in a moment this week. I actually made it over Saturday afternoon and Sunday last weekend because I wanted it for Monday, which I'll explain in a moment. And I used this for the actual free motion quilting that I did on it, and it is so much nicer than some of the other threads that you get. So if you haven't used Orifil, there is a couple of suppliers in the UK at the moment. There's tons of suppliers in the US, but it's quite hard to get in the UK. But there is, I think, Lovecrafts or something. There's a website that does it. And they've got it on sale at the moment as well. There's a couple of other places that do it. I got it from the Jolly Stitcher in Fareham in Hampshire. It's run by a lovely lady. Forgive me, I can't remember her name. I went down there because I needed felt for my animals, which you can see here, which I'll show you in close up in a minute. And she is really lovely lady. She sells really good quality felt as well, which is brilliant for the animals. She does a wool viscose blend, which is much better than acrylic, especially for when I'm doing the sort of painting part of their faces, because it actually absorbs the colour better, rather than it sort of just rolling off like it does on acrylic. So that's that. So I managed to get some Orifil thread, long story short. I also got some quilting templates, which are just off Amazon. Word of advice, if you're going to buy quilting templates, just buy a big ruler. Don't bother. I mean, in my opinion, don't bother with these silly squares, because to cut round them is a nightmare. You end up cutting your fingers. You have to cut past the ends of the pattern anyway. So you then cut into the remaining fabric that you've got, and it just doesn't... You're better off cutting a strip the whole length of whatever width your squares or whatever shapes you're making, and then and then using that strip to cut them down individually. So you're better off just having a big one rather than cutting your fingers on silly little things, in my opinion anyway. So those I got. I also went to Aldi this week, and if you haven't been to Aldi this week and you like fat quarters, get in there as quick as you can, because they have got... I only managed to get one pack, but these are just the sort of pink toned ones, but you get 12 fat quarters in there. They were supposed to be nearly £10, but they reduced to something like £2.40, which is insane for 100% cotton fat quarters. So annoyingly, I only managed to get one packet because someone with the same idea had obviously already been there. I've cut out a load more 5-inch squares in different fabrics to start making a quilt after I've finished editing this video. I finished this goat this week, which I will show you. He's wearing a PUL raincoat, a scarf. He's got dungarees made out of some fabric that I got on discount from Dunelm. There's his little face and his little ears. And his t-shirt is just a striped jersey t-shirt that I had some remnants of, and then he's got his little boots, and he's also got socks that match his t-shirt, as you can see there. So that is my latest one. I also did another one this week, which is it was a commission from a lady that I know called Vicky, who is absolutely lovely. She runs her own fabric company called Snapdragon Fabrics, and she has a English Bull Terrier called Mr. Snap, and she asked if I would make a art doll of Mr. Snap. So he is already up in her sewing mill where she sells all of her fabrics from. So I haven't got him here to show you, but I will insert a picture of him here. Well, I'll insert a couple of pictures of him here. So he's wearing a t-shirt that's made from some cotton lycra that I had. He's got a denim jacket and denim jeans, which have got an elasticated waist. I couldn't fit a pair of socks onto his little trainers because they are quite a snug fit. So he's got a little pair of high tops on, which I managed to get from Amazon, I believe. Because I thought with the denim, the two-piece denim, he needed a pair of trainers. It wouldn't look right with a pair of felt boots on. And then he's wearing a scarf that's got his name embroidered onto it from my new Juki. So that is Mr. Snapdragon. He is now living with Vicky in her sewing mill / shop. So I will link her as well below. If you want to check her out if you're in the UK. Snapdragon Fabrics does really, really, really good quality viscose fabrics at the moment that they've just launched. And they have some awesome bundle deals as well. They do like a snap box, which is like a monthly subscription, which you get tons of fabric for not very much money. So I'll link those below as well. I've been doing a load of admin stuff for Fabrics by Penny community group on Facebook. We've got some really good deals this week with remnants and with some Moroccan crepes that we've got on offer as well. So I will link those below. So the competition that I was running over on Instagram was to answer a question about what I had been making this week from what I plan to make from my last Friday sews, which I did get the goat finished, and I did get the head of another Boston Terrier started. Well, the head's finished, I just need to make the body, but I've made so many of these this week that my thumbs are so painful from pushing all of the body parts through once you've sewn them right sides together, to actually then turn them through has really damaged my thumb this week. So I've had to lay off sewing for a few days, which is why today is the day that I'm going to go back to making my quilt. But anywho, the answers to those were put onto the Instagram post, which is where I was running the competition. So I used a I used a comment picker website where you basically put the link in for your post. It randomly picks one of the comments with the right answer. And I did 2 prizes. One of them is the first prize, which is for a non-UK winner, is the Umbrian Sewist. I'll pop a picture up of the screenshot of that being picked here. You have won a Sinclair gift card, which I will email you over the code for that, so you can pick and you can use that to buy any of the Sinclair patterns. So congratulations, I will pop that in there for you. If you could just ping me a message on Instagram, I'll get that sorted for you. And the second prize that it drew out was Anita Webb, who I believe is a UK resident, so I will get the sewing bundle over to you. So congratulations to the Umbrian Sewist and to Anita. I know that the Umbrian Sewist is a lovely lady that lives in Italy, I believe, and she's not had the best of luck this week. I think her overlocker broke and she had to take it to someone to get it fixed. But I believe she was saying that the guy that fixed it had some knitting machines, I think, which were over 70 years old. So have a look at her channel. Go and have a look at her page on Instagram, because she's got some really cool stuff. The way she stores her fabric is amazing. It's like this wall of fabric, and it's like a shrine to every fabric you could ever think of. The only other thing that I have to mention that I did actually make, I'm going to have to pop this little squiddly widdly down, is a quilt for my husband for when he gets home from work. He starts work at the moment at a ridiculous time in the morning. He leaves between 2:30 a.m. and 3:30 a.m. every day. So when he gets home, he's kind of like living the Spanish life at the moment and having a siesta before dinner. So he has a nap before we eat in the evening, so that he then can enjoy the evening spending time with me. So he didn't really know I was going to do it, but when he gets home, he has a nap on the sofa just for a couple of hours, just to sort of catch up on some sleep. So Saturday, I started cutting it out and making it, and then Sunday I spent the majority of the day actually finishing it. So it's about the size of a single bed, so that is the sort of pattern of it as well. I'll put a picture in as well so you can see the sort of full extent of it. So this is made from a load of fat quarters from Aldi, from Hobbycraft in the UK, sorry. This greeny coloured blue sort of darker coloured fabric is the same fabric that the goat's actually wearing in the dungarees, but this is a cotton from Dunelm, and the orange on here and the orange for the binding is a really beautiful quality organic cotton from the guys over at Yeah Quilting. They sent me this in my subscription box for reaching 1,000 subscribers that they sent me, which was really nice of them, which is also where my hat is from. So if you live in the States and you want some decent quilting cottons, check out Yeah Quilting. I think they've got some sales on this week because they're doing a big show. I think they're doing bundles on fat quarters. I may have that wrong, but go and check them out and have a look. Their merchandise as well for their hats, their t-shirts and stuff like that is really cool. So the back of this is it's an otter print fabric that I got from Pound Fabrics. It's a cotton poplin, and luckily because it's 160 centimeters. No. Yeah, 160 centimeters. It's 60 inches. I can't remember what that is. It's about 150. Yeah, 60 inches, 150 or something. So because it's 1.5 meters wide, I was able to get the whole panel out of one length of it rather than having to sew 2 together. So that is husband's quilt for when he has a nap on the sofa when he gets home from work. So besides that, I haven't really done anything this week. I'm off now to edit this video, obviously, and I'm also off to catch up from Anja Makes. She uploaded a video last night, but I was too tired to watch it when I got into bed, and I didn't want to fall asleep and have my phone hit me in the face like it normally does. Christine sews a lot. Just giving her a little quick mention. She has got a range of videos that she is doing this year on about adjusting clothes to fit properly. So she's doing a whole that's her, like her New Year's resolution is to get the fit right, which is the same as what Michelle from Michelle Sews Again it's doing. Michelle's just moved house, so she's reorganising her sewing space at the moment, and she's just done a really cool way of doing it through the Trello app. So I will link Christine Sews Lots video, and I will link Michelle Sews Again's Trello video of her organising all of her fabrics. So she stores all of hers in Kallax units like I have, but she's now gone through the Trello app and she's basically inputted the data for every piece of fabric that she has, how much of it, where it came from, and what the composition is what she's going to add at a later date. But I won't tell you everything that she's done. You can go and watch her video and she'll tell you about it up in there. Hales Moore is doing a colour challenge, not a colour challenge, she's doing a colour picking thing. Can't remember what it's called. I'll link it up above. She is basically using an app which picks the right fabric colours for your complexion, your hair colour, your eye colour, etc, etc. I'll pop a link to that. That's really fun. She's also doing a hashtag that's being followed for if you do your own colours over on Instagram, which is How's More Sewing as well. I will link that below. And the only other person that I can think of off the top of my head is Andrew Makes, which I think I mentioned. I need to go and check her video out. That's the one that I said earlier she uploaded last night and I nearly fell asleep, so I didn't watch it. Not because her video made me fall asleep, but because I was watching something else, which I did fall asleep watching, and I thought, the camera is wobbling now because Luna is trying to get the tripod. So I think that is my time to go. Again, check out Liz from The Baker That Sews. She does some really cool videos, and some of her choices for the way that she mixes fabrics together and stuff like that is really, really impressive. So I will link her below, which I said earlier, but you know, I like to repeat myself. So that's it, guys. I will see you all next week. I did put a little post up on my YouTube, can't remember what it's called, community tab type thing, which has just got a little poll on there as to what you would like to see from me in the coming episodes of Friday Sews, and from what I'm going to be trying to get up content wise that's not Friday Sews, that's related to other things like how-to videos and stuff like that. So if you haven't seen that post, if you could go and vote on it, that'd be great. It just gives me a bit of feedback on what you want to see from me. So I will check out now. Everyone have a great weekend. Thank you again for all subscribing to my channel. I still can't believe that we've got 1,000 subscribers. And I will see you all soon. See you later.